From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Jason White. Saskatchewan Premier Scott Moe has issued a province-wide state of emergency as crippling wildfires force thousands of people from their homes.
We do need some rainfall. We need that sooner rather than later. And in light of that not being in the forecast, we most certainly are putting in place every measure possible to prepare our province, prepare our communities.
Saskatchewan's state of emergency will be in effect for at least 30 days. Moe says he has not yet asked the federal government for help, but wouldn't hesitate to do so. Manitoba is also under a state of emergency as wildfires force 17,000 people to flee. Canadian Press reporter Steve Lambert's in Winnipeg, where many of the evacuees have fled.
We've got some evacuation centers set up to where people can register. People are being asked to stay with friends and family if that's an option for them.
Prime Minister Mark Carney has agreed to deploy the military to assist with evacuation flights to Winnipeg. U.S. President Donald Trump's tariffs are back on. A U.S. federal appeals court has temporarily paused an earlier decision by the U.S. Court of International Trade that struck down tariffs on Canada and other countries. This latest ruling clears Trump to continue collecting tariffs for now, while his administration appeals the lower court's order. For the second day in a row, ranking members of Prime Minister Mark Carney's cabinet canceled their media availabilities and refused to take reporters' questions.
Industry Minister Melanie Joly blew past reporters at Canada's largest military arms expo today, just a day before Defence Minister David McGuinty did the same. He fled and ignored questions from journalists by ducking into a VIP area. Although McGuinty did field a few questions outside of a caucus meeting, and Joly's spokesperson says she has a conflicting meeting. But ministers normally make themselves available at the marquee event for the defense industry, and comes at a time when Canada is under incredible pressure from allies to quickly inflate its military spending. Kyle Duggan, The Canadian Press, Ottawa.
A Quebec legislature committee recommends restricting social media accounts for young people. The committee members say youth under the age of 14 should be barred from social media unless they have the consent of a parent or guardian. One committee member says it sends a signal to parents and the public about the risks of social media. Heritage Canada has released the lineup for this year's Big Canada Day Bash in Ottawa.
Your love is better than ice cream.
Sarah McLachlan is among the homegrown stars anchoring the celebration of national unity, pride, and sovereignty. Other performers include Josh Ross, Tom Cochran, and Amanda Marshall. Most events will be broadcast across the country from Ottawa, with more performers being beamed in from other regions. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, the Edmonton Oilers can advance to another Stanley Cup final tonight with a win over the Dallas Stars. And the Oilers will have Matthias Ekholm back after a long injury absence.
I think I've done everything in my power. I think the organization's been unbelievable help. It almost feels like if there's a guy or girl on this planet that could help this move forward, we've been in touch with them.
But the Oilers will be without winger Zach Hyman after an upper body injury in Game 4. Toronto Maple Leafs GM Brad Treliving says there needs to be a change in that team's DNA this offseason. He says they have to figure out how to perform in the biggest moments of the playoffs. The NBA final matchup could be set tonight. Whoever wins the Eastern Conference title will go on to meet Canadian superstar Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and the Oklahoma City Thunder. And in baseball action, the Toronto Blue Jays open a 4-game series with the Athletics tonight at Rogers Centre. From the Canadian Press, I'm Jason White.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.